and like most people stay in
cities.
the Colosseum or something.
Yeah, actually, their product is like kind of like providing hotels.
Yeah.
Firstly, then if they cannot, like they are like making cot stays.
They said there's a lot of issues with the cot cities. Like there's, it's hard to provide showers. People don't get as much sleep because people are always coming and going.
Okay.
So they're getting like 2 hours of sleep and it's not as comfortable. There are a lot of issues around it. So I think, like what Alijan said, their priority is to get them into a nice hotel if possible. And then, if it comes down to it, if they don't have enough hotels, fine, set up a cot city. It's also hard to get food there. Many of the hotels that they have POs with, they're able to have like buffet breakfast for them right there. So that means they get up, they get a breakfast, and they go on the road, which is like the best thing for them because they want them in and out basically as soon as possible.
So in short, there's problems with longevity, proximity to the actual site, issues with hotel management, not necessarily issues, but
with the
communication.
with the coordination.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there's a ton here,
Yeah,
obviously.
there's a ton. Like if you like read the look over the map, it will make more sense. But there's a lot of things over here.
So let's just.
So why don't we just say for this? Really for all of us, I think review documents on Dropbox.
I'm taking notes.
Yeah, understand.
Does anyone want to make one last point about their visit or anything like that before we kind of move on, talk about metrics and things like that? I don't know if you want to continue with that, Jess.
I would say I think they know what they want to improve on. I think they know where their problems are. They're very adamant about talking about it. And I don't think they want us to be fixing the process. I think they want our help in the benchmarking part of the process because they maybe there's something that their competitors doing. Like they were saying when they're booking, let's say they hit their 3-day checklist and they're booking hotels 3 days in advance. Somehow some of their competitors have already started booking. Okay. So like what are their competitors doing differently to help them be more efficient?
Competition.
Yeah, we have that a little bit later, really.
Yeah.
But
are you
No. Let's go to data collection. It's the thing we need to do.
Okay, so for this, in our meeting with Catherine, she just gave us some suggestions to improve your data collection plan. This is pretty simple. I think she just wanted it from an Excel to Word. I think maybe once we're done with some of our notes today, RJ, I think you said you wouldn't mind doing that?
Absolutely.
Okay, so RJ to convert after new notes, put in. Does it sound alright? Just to sit here and copy and paste probably isn't efficient use of our time. Okay, so then the next thing she said was to refine the hypothesis. So let's go check that out. And then this, I think that was the note from Alina, and really didn't say anything besides that. So currently our hypothesis is we believe that because there is no end-to-end process in place, the efficiency of the managing logistics process is seriously affected. 2, there needs to be a flexible process. Different emergencies should have different processes in place to react appropriately. And the resources on demand application needs to be improved. Okay.
What, did she give us hell on that one?
No, they didn't say, all she said was refine hypotheses. There was no other specifications around it.
Okay. I think that that was one of their big problems was reacting. They're a very reactive company and they want to be more proactive. So there needs to be a flexible process. Different emergencies should have different processes in place to be more proactive to situation.
To consider every situation in the process itself, not like
within the process. Well, also I think one of the guys was talking about how there's no like rules or regulations around it. It's sort of like ad hoc.
Yeah.
So it's almost like for different situations have certain guidelines, certain rules. So like this is a snowstorm. We have information about it. So now we're gonna run through steps 1 through 10 because we're gonna start booking the hotels. We're gonna be doing this. They're just making it up as they go. They know what steps should be done, but there's no guidelines around it really. So how can we say that?
We need to make it. We need to make it. Give a definition, like a stronger definition, to the end-to-end process.
All right, let's say new hypotheses. there needs to be more guidelines and regulations.
More, specific definition and more easily definable.
Standard process.
Yeah, standard process.
The more standard process around each situation
Mm-hmm.
or emergency situation.
Yeah.
Amy.
Bringing light to the obvious problems in the process.
Needs to be more proactive process and try to improve like information gaps or something like that.
Sounds nice.
Okay. I mean, the first one's kind of obvious. Like, obviously, their efficiency is not good. What are some of the other? I mean, I think the fact that they're relying on whiteboards and pieces of paper and this resource on demand thing, that is just a historical thing. Like, I know they don't want an IT solution, but they're really old school in this.
And also,
You
I
know?
think there is no training, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they rely on experience rather than training. Right?
Yeah.
So, training for different situations.
No, I mean, even though you don't have like, the errors only happen when storms coming. Like, I think beforehand, like for like maybe 6 months, they have to get training, like for each person to get, I don't know, familiar with
Like
the
Based on
process
their
training.
role.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
So, like, pre-training during off-season.
Yeah.
And by off-season, I'm sort of saying the summer, but then there are like hurricanes and stuff.
No, I mean,
like whenever it's
whenever,
storm, like
yeah.
it's really something continuous, like.
Yeah.
Okay, pre-training, or we'll say off-season.
But like this literally hypothesis.
Yeah. I like that. Training on emergencies for different roles and situations. Be better prepared.
Yeah, like this is another hypothesis.
Okay, so I can say that.
Like because of this, like they're struggling in having storm rolls.
Just regular training.
Because like they don't have storm rolls, and one of the reasons like because like they don't know who is like able to do what.
Yeah.
If they have training, they will know who is training what, and they can like after having storm rolls, they can assign people quickly. Goes wrong. So because of not having this training, they are struggling to assign people to jobs, storm roles.
Yeah, and then this is our solution to it, really.
Yes.
Since they do not have proper training, National Grid is having trouble responding to various situations.
No.
No?
Having trouble to like assign people to storm roles.
Oh.
Yeah. Because they
Yeah.
were talking about that, like accounting people and stuff.
Really?
Yeah, like the accounting people and finance people, they don't come out when like this kind of stuff happens. They just like, okay, I get the day off, and like in reality, they think that those people should be the ones like in charge of inventory and like stuff that's.
And I remember Mike was even saying, like in the first meeting that like our intro meeting to him, that they were saying that there's some like engineering managers and like management people who do have experience, and just because they haven't inventoried everyone or they didn't ask people what their experience is, they're just sitting around in the office twiddling their thumbs, where they should probably be on site helping out because they have the experience.
Mm-hmm.
So it's almost like the solution would be not only training but like documenting what, like where people's.
What about allocating the roles? Just definitively finding someone's role. You know how he talked about people, wearing suit and ties to like go help out in an emergency situation. What if everyone knew what they were going to do?
Well, I think that's what they're doing. They are assigning storm roles. Like when we went through during the launching, they were saying, okay, this is my role in the storm. This is my role. But
Yeah, no, you're exactly right, because they said like those people. Some of those people are still out there, but they're not doing the right thing, I guess. Like, they need to be in the right slot. Like, some of those accounting people are back at the whatever headquarters, like, reconciling previous charges when shit's hitting the fan. Like, and they should be working towards it.
Right. What do you think, Des?
I mean, I think we need. Is there anything else? Like, Alajan, you had some ideas on site, like after the lodging
Yeah, one of they're kind of some big picture items like
That's fine.
before that. I think they need to like we are saying these storm nodes, but they don't have those storm nodes as well. So they need to have their storm nodes.
Yeah, but it's having trouble assigning people to storm nodes.
Yeah, but
But you're saying they don't even have
they don't have
storm
storm nodes either right now.
Oh, by the
Yes,
way,
sir.
That's what the facilitator was trying to do. Like, who does this, so that they can like define their storm
Well,
nodes.
I think they have storm walls. I think there needs to be like almost like job descriptions of each storm wall.
What were you saying?
Yeah.
no, I was wondering, like,
Yeah, I think so.
if
Like,
the hotel,
I
like,
think
family
hold
have
on,
to
guys.
stay in, like, does it have to be specific hotels, like, I don't know, 2-star, 3-star?
this like we have to like find some general hotels. Like, and one of things like they have many touch points, but they don't cover them in their hypothesis. So like that's why they're having really great lags. One of the big reasons because like everybody knows what to do, but like they don't tell each other. They just tell to their guys internally. But for example, like a guy in the operations don't like make a call to the hotels and say like we are coming at this time, like get ready for us.
Yeah.
They just tell them like when their job is done and when they get trucks, they're calling in like where are we going right now? Where's our hotels? Like
Yeah.
so they need to be like
So like because of so many touch points and there's so many moving parts,
yeah they need
it's really clunky.
yeah they need to
They
think,
need like steps.
yeah they need to they need to have a more holistic approach.
Synergy.
Yeah.
Synergy. That is the word to use when
That's the
There's
word.
no other
Yeah,
word.
There needs to be more like communication needs to flow better.
Yeah.
okay, so because there are so many moving parts and touch points, there are many communication issues, and the way to the way to improve that is many communication and planning issues in the process. Improve this by what were you saying?
I don't know how to. There are some ideas, but like finding a way to improve this, like as I would just.
All right,
Something
improve
like
this. How's that?
For now, it is yeah.
Is there anything else?
Metrics just doesn't. I don't know if that's important or not. Like.
Well, yeah, I think they need to implement metrics.
Where necessary and where beneficial. Not always beneficial.
And really, it's implement and then also like use them. Use the metrics to use the
Benchmark
metrics
against
to
themselves.
exactly
Yeah.
improve on their process. So like based on, let's say for example they had done metrics for the October storm, they're gonna see that they didn't do very well.
Right.
Obviously, they're still putting the pieces together. So if they have metrics in place, they know what they need to improve on for the next storm. Implement metrics where necessary and beneficial. Benchmark against themselves for future storms, and then it'll help them come up with ways to improve.
Yeah, increase performance.
I think we need to go over these ideas again. Not the ideas, but like they're kind of not in the form of hypotheses.
Yeah.
How formal does this need to be, by the way?
What do you
It's
mean?
just notes, essentially.
No, not notes, but like it's the Excel sheet like we need to upload continuously.
Okay.